My presentation is focused on the illustrative mathematics curriculum, showing the unit and the name of my current lessons plan. I am using the Do Now to introduce my lessons plan to my students. They have to respond the posting question writing in their answer on the Desmos tab. That means table answer book. This is the tab. This is the structure of my lessons plans. The unit, the lesson plan name, the language object, the agenda, my teaching criteria to evaluate the students' production focus on the attendance, participation, camera on, student work, bonus, total point for this class is 100 points. This is the specific vocabulary that my students have to learn to understand my lessons. I connect the meaning of each mathematics terminology with a picture to impact the visual sense of my students, to break up the abstract of the mathematics language. In this case, m is the slope, v is the y-intercept value. Also, I have to teach to them the definition and picture of the slope, definition and picture of the y-intercept. This is the student activity number 1. To solve this problem, the students have to use their previous knowledge created in advance to these lessons. They have to use the Desmos graphic calculator following the settings shown in this slide. This is the problem, and this is the settings. This is the student's work, solving the problem. My students have to share their solution using their computer screenshot. In this case, m is representing the slope, v is representing the y-intercept of the line with the y-axis. This is the slope, and this is the y-intercept, and this is the line 1, 2, 1, 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, is the slope. And this is the y-intercept, 1. This is my teacher explanation showing the steps and the technology mathematics strategies to solve scatter plots points that create a line to find out the slope and the y-intercept. Also, I am teaching to my learners the mathematical strategy to predict the value of the y variable when it has the value of x equal to 10, using the Desmos scientific calculator. This is the problem. This is my own video clips. This is the graphic calculator settings, and this is my tips to get the value of the y when it has equal to 10 using the line formula connected with a scientific calculator on Desmos. In this student activity number 2, the students have to write in their tab their problem answer using the strategy learned from the previous slides. They have to write here. In this student activity number 3, the students have to analyze the data from the table to find out the numerical pattern to fill the missing information on the column best price. And they have to write their answer on the tab following my start sentence highlighted on yellow. In this slide, I am presenting my teacher explanation using my own video clips to show how to use the value of the x, m, and v to create the line equation to find out the value of the y. I create this slide to provide to my students the rules to respond orally my following question to ensure that my students understood the algebraic configuration of the line equation. In this slide, I am asking what is representing the y. What is representing the x? What is representing the m? What is representing the v? My students have to respond this question. Where we can get the value of x? Choose the correct alternative, A or V. This is my student activity number 4. The student using the line equation highlighted on green and using the data from the table regarding the x, m, and v values, they have to get the value of the y and they have to write their answer at the top. In this student activity number 5, my students have to write in their tab 3 advantages of using the Desmos graphic calculator. This is the exit ticket of my lessons plan to ensure that my student reached the language object, finding the line of the equation, showing the response at the top. I create this slide to motivate my students to continue learning my mathematics strategies to success in their education.